Hello everyone, welcome to my video. We're going to be making a graduation card, a late graduation card for a really good friend. And I'm going to be using the Tim Holtz, well no, it's not Tim Holtz, yeah it is Tim Holtz, 3D textured embossing folder. This is from Sizzix. And I've already got my plate together. We've got the A plate, the folder, the card, and when the card's too big, all you do is just fold it over, fold it behind, and then you want to be able to see it and line it up so you can see that, make sure that it embosses the whole thing. And then I'm going to put my B plate on top, and we'll run it through the machine and let's see what happens. I hope it works. Okay, move this baby out of the way. Get rid of the plates. Oh yeah. And because this is a white core card, it did have a little bit of indentions there, so there's some white, but that's okay. I'm okay with that. So we'll put this back away. And then move that folder out of the way there. I am going to, I want to cut. I went ahead and got this 12 by 12 paper that I had in my stash, which you can pretty much get anywhere, many box stores. But what I'm going to do is cut it down. I just want to see a little bit of it in here, not too much. So I'm going to get my ruler and make sure this got the right size. So this card is 5 by 4, and I gotta get my measurements because I don't keep up with these measurements. I have my little cheat sheet here that I use. So this is 4 and 1/4. Okay, so 4 and 1/4 by 5. I want to cut it down because I want to see most of this texture. So I'm just going to make it, I'm just going to do a 1 inch. I am going to do I'm just going to do it the size of this. And what I get is what I get. FYI, whenever you buy these papers, like at the box stores and stuff, when they put the sticker, if you can, as soon as you get home, try to remove the sticker off of there. Because if you don't, and the longer that it sits, because unfortunately you have no way of knowing how long it's been there. But I do know that with experience, that I've done this myself in the past, most of the time, as soon as you get it home, if you take it off, it just comes right off. But you see this one, it doesn't. And it's stuck, so it's going to stay there. So this is a piece you're not going to be able to use. Just kind of FYI, give you a little bit of a hint there. So since I can't use that part anyway, I'm just going to go ahead and do my measurement here. And I only want to do, so I'm going to do what, I'm going to cut it down at 4 inches. So 4 inches. Cut this down. I want it right in here. Close enough right there. I'm going to be... A lot of my measurements I do just by eyeballing it. I know you're supposed to do all that technical stuff, but I don't do a whole lot of that stuff. But of course, if you want to, you go ahead, but I'm not going to. That's what's nice about being a card maker. You get to do whatever it is that you want. So I'm just going to eyeball it about right there. Put away the trimmer. And I like what I got, so you can see the granulations. This is for a young man. So I don't want to make it too girly, too much of that. So that's just enough that you can definitely see the texture and it gets the point across of what I want to say. And I'm going to use my ATG gun for the adhesive. And I'm going to put a lot on there just for the simple fact that it is a textured card. And I want to make sure it sticks on there. Okay, there's the front, there's the top. That's another thing. Always double check so you've done this correctly. And see how that's crooked? Because when I bent it, oops, a little sliver from another project. So now I've got to push it back and bend it right back where it was and fold it, not bend it, but fold it to where it used to be. Okay. And actually I'm going to kind of hide that. Actually, I like that trim part there. So I'm going to leave it just the way it is. So just going to put that on here. And because it's textured, you want to go ahead and varnish it as much as you can so it does stick. You don't want it falling off or falling apart. I've got some die cuts here from Jolie's. Here's a whole gown, some little owls. I think those are so cute. And then some hats. He's going to A&M, so we're not going to use that. I'm going to go to A&M for the college. But I want to put a little owl on here. And we'll put him right in the center. Again, because this is a boy card, we're not going to do too much into it. Okay. I do want to use one of the little hats. I'm going to put that as an accent piece, the graduation cap. I wish they made these graduation caps in different colors. They probably do online, but I haven't ordered anything online, so I don't know. Because I would like to have them his school colors, but can't always do that. So I'm gonna put this right in here. Press that down again because of the embossing. You want to make sure it gets a good fit. And on the inside of the card, I'm going to get my Stamparatus out. And I'm going to change this around. Because I know that's the front, but I want to be able to measure that in here. So I'm going to use this on my grid mark here, just so I know it always stays in the right spot. Put my magnets down in there. That's going to stay up a little bit, but that's okay because once I go down with the mat, it'll lay down flat. And then what I'm going to do is I got some of these Close to My Heart stamps from Close to My Heart. That's just part of what I have in my stash. You use what you have. I want to say something. I'm going to also make that on the envelope. I wanted to make it a little bit humorous. I know he's going to college, but he did just graduate high school, so he's not at a university yet. So I'm going to do the little schoolhouse. I'm going to put that right there. Actually, I'm going to turn this around so I can see it to make sure that it's straight. So put that right there. That's a little schoolhouse. And then, so here's what it has. It has a schoolhouse, A+, a school bus, well done, G, thanks, and then some kids and a little dog following them as they go to school. He never rode the bus or anything to school because Mom took him most of the time, or he drove himself. Okay, so I'm just going to do a little school bus on that one, and then I'm going to get this other stamp. Okay, no, not that one. Let's see what this other one says. Here we go. We'll take this one. And this one says graduate, congrats, and then a little graduation hat. So I'm going to say congrats, class of, oh yeah, I can put on there the class of, angle it right in there. Oops. Sometimes with these clear stamps, it is a little, they get sticky. Which you want them sticky because you want it to stick. And this is 2019. So 20. Oops, they're just sticking to me big time. 2019. Ah, they're all sticking to me. As you can see, this is clear, so that means whoever had this before. I get a lot of my stamps on a resale order from a vendor that sells slightly used craft products, so I'm okay with it because it's still good. It doesn't do anything. It just fades it out from the ink. Okay, so what I'm going to do, whenever it's sticky, get yourself some embossing powder, because all this is it's either cornstarch, or some people use baby powder. So just get a little bit of that on your fingers, and then that helps keep it from sticking. But you don't want to put too much on, but just enough to keep you. And I'm going to get my pokey tool here so I could lay it down. I want it to stay good. 20. See, and I keep on touching it. Ugh. I'm going to get rid of this guy here. I'm going to get rid of this guy here. I'm going to put it down with this. There we go. I'm just going to use my little embossing powder buddy. 20. 1. Oops, don't want to move it too much. And then where's my 9? Where to put my, oh, there's my 9. And use my embossing buddy. Oh, see how I touched it? See how sensitive those little things are? But you want them to be sticky because you want it to stick on your acrylic block or your stamping tool, whatever it is that you're using. 2019. Okay, now I'm going to do class of, get my embossing buddy. There. Okay, class of 2019. Then let's say congrats. You know what I'm going to do? Graduate. I like that better. Graduate on the bottom here. Again, this is for a young man, so we don't want to make it too girly. Then you have room for your message sentiment there. Okay, so now I'm going to turn it around, hopefully without bumping it and moving it. Put my little magnets down just to make sure that it's secure. Close my stamping lid. Push it down so it sticks. Okay, oops. It moved a little bit on me because it's so sticky. But that's okay. I'm going to get my ink pad. Be careful when you're using this paper. This is a set of already pre-made cards. And when it's textured like that, this is why it's always good to use a stamping tool with these, because a lot of times because of the ridges, you don't get a good stamp. Even if it's a really wet, juicy stamp, you don't get a really good stamp sometimes because of the texture. So this is the good time to always have a stamping tool on hand. So if it doesn't work, and I'm going to get my stamp scrubber, which is what I use to clean my stamps. Also, this is made by Stampin' Up! Also. And use that to brace it, because you don't want to put too much pressure because this acrylic will break. But that should work. And yep, you always want to double check it and look sure, because sometimes when you move things, make sure you don't get out of line. But look, I could see right there it's not black, so there's not enough ink on that. Okay, so let's stamp away. Let's see what we come up with. And you just want to put some pressure just so the ink gets on there. Again, because it's a textured card base, I want to make sure that it all goes through. Pick it up. I'm going to use my little pokey tool just to make sure the paper stays down. And see, it didn't go through. So let's go back, let's ink it again. And this stamp pad may be starting to get a little dry. I do use it quite frequently, so I may need to get re-inkers. And then that's another thing. If you can, when you get whatever ink pads that you purchase, if possible, make sure you buy yourself a re-inker, especially of the popular colors like the black, the reds, the whites. But you know, I personally like to get a re-inker of every color, especially colors that I really do like. I don't get re-inkers on until I know that I like the color. Sometimes I like them and sometimes I don't like the way they stamp. But that's just my personal opinion. Of course you do what you want. But that way you've always got the ink, and then you just, unfortunately, you never know when a ink color from any brand, it doesn't matter what brand it is, they could quit making it, then you won't have that color anymore. They usually come out with something in that same color family, but it's not the exact color. And yep, this ink pad is, I think I'm going to go to another ink pad because this is not working. So this is time to re-ink that. And I'm going to make another video showing you how to re-ink it, and I think I'll do it with that pad there. It doesn't really take that long, but it is not a quick process right now. So what I'm going to do is going to go ahead and get another ink pad. And I'm going to wipe this off because I don't want to contaminate my ink pad. You always want to stay with the same color family of the manufacturer of ink pads. So, like that was a Stampin' Up! And then I'm going to now use a VersaFine. I don't want to contaminate my ink pad, so clean off your stamp to get most of the ink off. But I'm probably out of focus over here, so let me move it over some. Okay. And this one should be nice and juicy. Let's hope so. Okay, let me get back. I think I'm out of frame here. I hope not. Sorry if I am. And let's see how that worked. Add some pressure to it. Let's see. Oh yeah, see how, oh, but my 1 and 9, my 9 is crooked. Oh well. So let me do the house, because I'm good to go with the class of 19, so I'm just going to do the house over. And the graduate, because I like to get the graduate to be nice and dark. And again, this is a perfect example of why, if you really can, try to invest on some type of stamping tool of your choice. There's all kinds out there. Misty, Stampin' Up, the Stamparatus, Tim Holtz has one. I think We Are Memory Keepers has one. Crafter's Companion has one. There's all different kinds, and they all do their own thing. And it's a personal choice of which one you want to go with. Okay. Still not really nice and crisp like I wanted it. And always rotate your ink pad, because sometimes one part's, if you don't realize it, you're using one part of the stamp more than you do the other. And I know the reason it's not stamping is because of all those ridges. Okay, but see, that's so much better. Okay, and I'm almost, I need to do the G on the graduate. And I need to do the house, the little schoolhouse, a lot more. I think this one may take it. So I'm going to put some more pressure on the G, because that didn't. Sometimes you just need to push down and hold, kind of like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, because of the texture. The textured paper really is temperamental with ink stamping. And that way you get a crisper, see, much better. But I want to do it one more time just because of the little cloud there. Just to get it a more crisper look. But the G and graduate turned out pretty good. You know what, actually, it's kind of off. I wonder if that G is that way. You can see pretty much what it is, but I think I'm going to go back and highlight it in white. Yep, much better. I'm happy with that. Put this back where it was. Clean my ink pad for just a second. Just take the main ink off. Take my cards off. Take my little magnet off. Close this out. And I will clean the ink pads with my scrubber a little bit later. Put my pokey tool out of the way. Get my ruler out of the way. And there's the finished card. So nice and simple again, because like I said, it was going to a young man. So congratulations, his little graduation cat. And the little owl, isn't he cute? And then here he is, class of 2019, for the graduation, and I'll put my little message in here, and this card is finished. I thank you so very much. Appreciate you watching. Please hit like and share if possible. I'd love to have you subscribe to my channel. We thank you, and you have a wonderful day.